Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Christo and this is another Basic Concepts MEIOU and Taxes 3.0 video. Today we're talking about unrest, concerns and treatment, and we're going to make this a relatively short one. There's not a huge amount to say here and we can be relatively comprehensive. So, unrest is caused by banditry and rebellion. Banditry is caused by peasants who don't have their needs met, which is then represented in welfare. So if you look at the population over here, you can see that they need a certain amount of stuff, and you can go through here and look at the more details on what's causing that and all that kind of good stuff. But they have life, comfort and luxury needs. When the peasants, that's the leftmost column, aren't getting their life needs, then they will have cause a lower welfare statistic in the province. When the welfare statistic is low, it will cause banditry. So right now, because of our minus 0.04 welfare, we're getting plus 0.08 banditry. We also have some suppression, so that's not actually resulting in any unrest in the province. That's how peasants work, nice and simple. There are other things that affect welfare, like reforms, so be sure you know what that means when it says minus or plus 1 or 4 welfare when you're reading the text of a reform. Next, we have the other concerns: diversions, spirituality, consultation, and hierarchy. So these all feed into the loyalty of local elites. And different elites, remember from the previous video, elites are nobles, burghers, clergy, and bureaucrats, but you don't need to worry about bureaucrats because they don't rise up and do anything, they just sit there and file paperwork. Different elites care about different things. As you can see based on the icons, everyone cares a bit about diversions. Spirituality, mostly the clergy care about it. Consultation, mostly the burghers care about it. And hierarchy, mostly the nobles care about it. There is maths behind this. You don't really need to know, but let's say, just for the sake of an example, and this is rough numbers, the nobility care about hierarchy about 0.8. They care about diversions 0.5, spirituality 0.5, consultation 0.2, and welfare 0.1. So those are the relative values, the ratios of how much they care about each of those things versus each other. But you don't really need to worry about that. Just generally try and keep these numbers high for the elites that you care about, which usually is, most of them, but especially hierarchy in the early game, because nobles are by far, in all likelihood, are by far your most powerful elite and estate and faction, and you need to keep them on side. Different things change these values, and you will see them as you come across them. There is not currently a place where you can see all of these values summarized as well as what's causing them, but that hopefully will come in time. That, in a nutshell, is unrest, concerns, treatment, and education. That's more or less all there is to say. One thing that's worth adding is that roughly plus 1 point of treatment in a particular category. So let's say the nobles, let's say they only cared about hierarchy, 1 point in caring about hierarchy. That would mean if you had 1 plus 1 in hierarchy, it would roughly result in a plus 1 loyalty equilibrium for that estate. Make sense? So if you look at your elites over here, nobles right now are at 59.35 loyalty, and they're roughly at equilibrium, as you can see, because they're only changing at 0.01. If you increased the hierarchy value in this province by 1, that loyalty would go up to about 60.35 or so. Cool. That's basically all there is to say about this. You want to keep these values high, obviously, because that means they will keep people happy. So bear that in mind when you're looking at their effects from reforms. Reforms are the main area where you'll be seeing these values change. I hope that was helpful. There'll be a pinned comment in the description with any changes or updates. If I got anything wrong, please do tell me. If you think anything can be added to this, and I will see you in the next video.